Hi guys, we've changed up the scenery again.
We bought stuff to soundproof to stop our echo upstairs, but
Peter's been lazy. He hasn't fixed it yet, so
no,
we're just changing it
I was
up.
too busy changing door handles for people.
We're changing it up.
Changing it up.
Well, we're still figuring out what sounds the best and stuff, so we're just changing it up a little bit and trying it out.
If this is crap, we'll just
won't
do
do
something
this
different. We'll do toilets next time because there's 2 cubicles in the ladies. You can sit in one cubicle, I can sit in the other.
We're changing it up.
We're changing it up.
I liked the randomness of when we were travelling. That was fun.
Well, why don't we just randomness now? The next one we can do in Laurie's car over there.
That could be funny.
It'd be funny.
Yeah.
Us sitting in the car doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do it. But my son-in-law has had his very special little car. It's his pride and joy. He's parked it here because he's been building his truck at home. Now I need the space, so he's came in on the weekend to take it out. And he put positive and negative back to front when he went to jumper it, and
like
a little bit of smoke came off. So we've got it here for another couple of days. But yeah, it's a Skyline, a very, very collectible GTR Skyline worth over 100k. It's like in mint nick.
Jared's so jealous of it.
Yeah, you said he wants a new one, so.
He does want a new one, but he wants a GTR.
GTR.
He just loves GTRs. Little carnage.
Where I just look at him and say, Datsun 180B.
Huh?
It's all right, you're too young.
Okay.
Nissan used to be called Datsun.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and one of the most boganous girl cars in the world back when I was growing up was a 180B. It was like a Len car, a hairdresser car.
Oh, two funnies.
Two funnies.
Yes.
So what'd you do this week?
What did I do this week? I went for dinner at a friend's.
Do you think they care about that?
Yeah, I'm just going through. Then I went out to a birthday. I went to my sister's. Jared got a haircut. I cuddled a baby. My little pickles.
Pickles.
I need to find her a stuffed pickle. It's my mission.
Stuffed pickle.
Yeah. So Jasper still, my nephew still, my sister recently had my little niece, and my nephew refuses to call her by her name. He refuses to call her Bonnie.
Such a bad name, Bonnie. Who calls something Bonnie? Bonnie's something you put on your head.
So we only call her Pickles.
Pickles is such a bad name.
It's such a good name.
I liked your mum's name better, Shit for Brains.
So that name will know.
I hope she doesn't listen to our podcast. Sorry.
I think that nickname's going to stick. I love it when silly nicknames stick. Although
you love it when silly nicknames stick, not a model.
No.
Hashtag.
Don't please.
But you just said it. You love it when silly nicknames stick.
Well, it's even because you're so bad at names, and so there's certain nicknames we have for certain people because it's the only way I can get you to remember them, but I get scared that, it's not that it's bad or anything, it's just there's a certain way that I'll get Peter to remember someone, so I have to come up with some nickname for them, and I get scared it's going to slip out one day in front of them. And they're going to be like, what? It's not bad though, it's just so Peter can remember names because you're really bad with names.
No, I'm not. I'm very good. If I know someone, there's a model in LA and I'll always remember her name because it's the same as my dog.
I know.
She's a lot taller than my dog, though.
I haven't met any models that have the same name as my cats.
Gandalf. No, and Sissa. I don't know of anybody who would call their daughter Gandalf. And if they do, it's like the name. I still think it's still so lucky that my daughter didn't know that word chlamydia is such a nice girl's name. It's a really nice name.
Chlamydia is not a really nice name. Oh my God, you need to get your head checked.
I can't help it.
It's not a nice name.
It's not a nice name. Well, for everybody in Tubuland, look at Agar. New Hasselblad. Haven't taken a single photo with it. I've got it for one day, except that it's going to most likely break. So I'm shooting with Bec tomorrow with it. So. But we'll give you my honest opinion how this compares with the other X. But we're going to shoot that tomorrow. It might be up next week or so. Yeah. Depends how much time you let me work.
You can work whenever you want.
We've got a busy day tomorrow, so I want to do that other thing. I did that lens test with Rara.
Oh yeah.
That was really, really good because I actually found that these lenses I will never carry with me. But now because I only shot them all fully wide open, I now want to go up to a Linda and just get you in one spot, now shoot the lenses and go, now what other lenses will I drop? Because I think I know what lenses I should be carrying. I just want to confirm it in my brain, so my brain goes, I wish I brought this lens, because my brain will say, no, I did my test and my favourite 2 lenses are this lens.
Smart way of doing things.
Oh, is that your chair? Oh, sorry,
Oh, sorry.
I heard a noise. No, it's your phone. It won't go through the microphones. I just thought someone was talking behind us. What?
No one's talking though.
No one's talking.
We've got my wine bottle out of the way.
Your wine bottle out of the way.
Probably, I hope it's still annoying though.
That's right. Everyone thought you gave up drinking the last one, so I couldn't see your wine in shot.
Don't worry. Don't you worry about that. No, not giving up
happening.
drinking. No, I have not.
I'll be able to retire if you gave up drinking.
You would never retire. You were a workaholic.
But I'd be able to.
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
I know I wouldn't. I'd be bored.
But yeah, what else did I do on the weekend? This week, that's all really, and then just work and stuff. So, yeah, not eventful. Just was a social butterfly.
I killed a snake.
You didn't kill it. Peter's snake
I
passed
did.
away.
I took it up to the vet to have it killed.
Well, you put it out of its pain.
I know, but I still feel I've killed it.
You didn't kill it.
My lovely snake of I don't know how many years, but yeah, he got some lumps on him, and I think they became cancerous, and then
You're getting cut off on the side.
I'm getting cut off. Oh my God, you just want me closer to you, pervert. Yeah, that was. And the snake doesn't talk to you. You don't really have cuddles with it, but when you're having a pet, since it was that long and now
Was it that small when you
it
first
was only
got it?
about that. I used to just go in between, zigzag between my fingers while I was editing.
And you ended up being like 3 meters?
3.4 meters long.
Jesus.
But yeah, towards the end I did feel cruel, because with our little dogs in the house, it wouldn't have been able to swallow them, because I only ever fed it the largest rat. I never took it to bunnies and things, so it would never been able to swallow them, but it still might have choked them or strangled them. And
It was a python, wasn't it?
yeah, python.
Yeah.
So
they constrict things.
Constrict, yeah. And Bella, the way she is, would have attacked it. So the more, I only ever brought it out when Bella wasn't around. And so it came out less and less. So I started to feel cruel. But talking to another reptile person, I said, well, snakes just want to be left alone in a dark place to sleep, eat. That's pretty much all I want to do, and poo.
Do their one...
They only do their 1 a month poo.
So
Best
strange.
pet in the world, only does a poo once a month. And for 3 months, it doesn't do any poos. 3 to 4 months, winter,
I wish
hibernation.
my cats could learn a thing or two. It'd be nice. But yeah, that
Well, I
was...
could have fed the cats to the snake, then they wouldn't have pooed anymore.
No, I love my cats.
And then on top of that, my son decides they can't look after their killer budgie, which killed its partner, and wants to put it in my cage with my 3 baby budgies and 2 adults. And the second it went in there, all the budgies just started fretting like crazy. And then the son goes, YouTube reckons you're supposed to put the cage next to the other cage for a couple of days first. But it's settled in it'll settle in while all the other budgies just ignore it and sits there on its own going, I want a friend, I want a friend.
But I kill my friends.
I kill my friends.
I was telling Jared about that. The look on his face was priceless.
Priceless. Oh, our bottle opener broke, so I had to put a screw into the cork and pull it out with pliers. But
It's hilarious.
that's what's in the background.
But no, Peter got me a ripper with the new budgie because Peter's...
You actually believed it too.
for a little bit. Because Peter's got his adult ones which are yellow, and then there's a green, kind of greeny one.
Yeah, Tequila and Sunrise.
Yes. And then they've had 3 babies. And
Now they had 1 baby first.
Yeah, but now they have 3 babies, but the babies are yellow and green.
Yep.
And I didn't know that he'd taken over this new budgie who's blue. And I get to work and
White.
blue and white.
It's more white than blue.
It's both.
It's both. It's not
Blue
blue.
and, it's blue and white.
It's more white than blue.
Oh, okay, it's more white than blue. And I get into work and Peter's like, oh, what have the budgies changed colour? And I'm like, what do you mean it changed? And he's like, come look. I'm like, what do you... And I'm looking, I was like, how did that even happen? That's like dramatically changed. Like, and then the penny dropped that it was...
I haven't got a penny, otherwise I'd drop it. Why would you ever believe anything I say?
Well, I'm rather gullible first thing on Monday morning.
No, you're rather cranky and tired.
I wasn't that cranky this week.
Oh, you were a bit crankies. You were cranky all day. You're picking on me all day.
That's not being cranky. That's having.
I wasn't hanging shit. It was pickings every time. No, that's wrong. No, I looked it up. That's wrong. No, you're not right with that. You were all day long.
No, it's not. You're making up tall tales.
Tales at all. All right. So for the last 2 episodes, Bec hasn't contributed one little bit.
Yes, I have.
Our deal has been we both find something to talk about, and she's turned up with nothing both times.
I've done.
So what do you got?
When you're having a pie, do you put sauce on? Like, where do you put this? How do you put the sauce on the pie?
When I was young, we used to stick the thing in and squirt it inside.
I've had a friend say this, and
I don't know, because your first bite, you just get a mouthful of sauce.
Yeah, but also it's going to dirty the. You're going to get like.
You can wash that out in the sink.
I guess you.
No,
could.
but I put my little squiggly pattern over the top, then I put a chunk on the side that if the top isn't enough, I can dip it into. But I used to eat pies with my hands, so it's an Aussie. This is an Aussie thing. It's a pie is a meat pie is something you can hold in your hand and you take your first bite and you wear the rest of it. It's normally so hot when you take your first bite, it burns the top of your roof of your mouth and your front lip, and then it burns right down your chin where it dribbled down there and then goes on your shirt, and now it's burning your hand and fingers as the hot gravy explodes over everything.
Yeah, that's why. You see, Jared thinks I'm un-Australian because I eat mine with a knife and fork.
I burnt myself so many times with a knife and fork's the only way I'll eat a pie anymore. Although if you do it in the oven, the crust doesn't disintegrate, but you do them in the microwave, they're sort of soggy and they fall apart.
We have an air fryer now, so you can make yours in the air fryer.
Oh yeah, air fryers. So my old man whinge. I hate the way the world's going. Come on, world. You want to give us better customer service and you make it worse. So this particular retailer, you go there, you find it, yeah, no worries. You go up to the front counter, you pay for it, then you get in your car, you drive 3 blocks around to the back of our warehouse and someone will bring it out to you.
That seems stupid. That's no different to when we were on the plane, and instead of just having a credit card swipe, you had to download the app and then link it to your PayPal and then to scan a QR code, and then it didn't work. And
as well, that was in our favour. We ordered 3 things, we only got billed for 1. Yeah, true. So we can't complain. Their system's amazing.
I love their system, actually.
Yeah, the system was really good. It was very cheap. For what we had, we got charged, $26 for at least 3 or 4 wines and scotch and dries and biscuits.
And no business class upgrade, though.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'll just sit with the plebs back down in coach. I'm joking. I'm really not that stuck up.
It wasn't just in coach. We're in the emergency exit row. You had plenty of leg room.
I know. I was just pretending I'm toffee. I was doing that thing that Jared always hangs shit on me for.
You didn't get to sit next to the old grumpy lady that wore 3 masks, gloves,
was watching
glasses,
BDSM things.
and watching friggin' porn on the plane. So bondage and porn. You didn't have to put up with that. You could sit in your little corner, curdle up to the window.
Curdled? I wasn't
Cuddle up. Yeah, well, you're like a colonel curdle in this little ball. I don't know how you manage to sleepwalk when you're such a tiny ball when you sleep on a plane.
Oh yeah, I sleepwalked last night. I woke Jared this morning before he went to work. He's like, "You were sleepwalking last night." I was like, "Oh God, what did I do?" Apparently, I've walked to the edge of the bed and then I sat down and then I got up and then I walked over to the window and I stood in the curtains for a bit. And then
paranormal activity. I think Jared needs to put a camera in your room to get the paranormal activity of what Bec does every night when he's asleep.
I would have been terrified if I was him and he just gets up and then just goes to the window and just stands in the curtains.
Well, twice you sleptwalked when we've been away. As much as walks into my room, didn't stand directly over, so halfway to my bed, and just stood there and stared at me. Then turned around and did not take a step, just stared at the door. It was sort of like, it felt like Blair Witch or something. It reminded me about standing against the wall in Blair. If you did that, you know the other person was getting killed.
Oh my God, yeah. Actually, I want to watch that movie again. We were going to watch that when we were overseas.
We were.
We watched
that. Harry Potter got it in the way.
No,
Harry
we
Potter,
watched
700th time over.
We did not watch Harry Potter. We watched Midsummer.
Oh, that was but you still fell asleep, didn't you?
No,
Oh, you
I
got
stayed
to the
awake.
end.
Yeah, I
You
remember.
did get to the end.
Remember, because there was that scene, and everyone I told
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
we were watching it,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait for you to see the end."
You're talking about the sex scene.
Yes.
Yes, the old people looking, pushing, and yes,
That was
prodding.
very, very
it's
odd.
a very weird movie.
Really good movie though. Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen
Oh
it.
yeah, it is a good movie. It's weird. No, it's actually a really good movie.
It is a really good
because
movie. I enjoyed it.
It's against the whole wokey crap that we're getting. So it's so you're not going to predict where it's going to go. You've got no
it's
idea, and it's a bit of an eye opener.
It's a really good movie. I like. But it's that guy. I can't remember his name. Ari Aster. Maybe I could be getting that wrong. But he did
What's his nickname? What nickname do you give him?
Aston Martin.
Oh, we didn't give him tits out or anything.
He did Hereditary as well, which is also that was a bit weird as well. It had a really weird twist at the end and stuff. Yeah. So he just does weird movies. I like weird movies.
I like weird movies. So was that the only question? Where do you put your sauce on a pie? That's the best. At any money, someone's asked you that question. You thought, I can use this for a podcast on Peter.
No, because I was trying to think because I did back in the days where we couldn't go 5 kilometres from our house and we had very limited in what we could do.
You are limited.
Good old Lockie D. I referred to it as that when I was out with my friends, and they were like, "Please do not ever refer to it as Lockie D ever again." Anyways, I was doing Zoom parties on the weekend because that was the only way I could socialise. And
No, you weren't. You were catching Ubers halfway across the town and doofing. even your partner didn't, and your friend who stayed the night didn't even know that you disappeared for 5 hours.
It was essential.
It was essential.
I was doing essential work.
I hadn't been to a doof in 3 hours.
It wasn't a doof, it was just a house party. It's just a house party with DJ decks and lights and...
Interruptions, go on.
Anyway, we were doing Zoom parties. I remember one night I had this whole list of like really funny icebreaker questions, and I was trying to remember what they were, and I can't remember what they were. Well, I'm not a photographer. I don't know what to talk about photography-wise, and I haven't done any modelling stuff recently, so I don't even know what to talk about.
Yes, you did.
When?
P.S. The last 2 weeks, she has done some of the best photo shoots I've done with her for ages. We actually worked out why.
Yes. We just get me in the right state of mind.
Yes. How do we do that? We can't say.
We can't say that. People are going to be like, what?
They're going to judge?
Oh, I don't know. No, we can,
No, it's all right. So what we've worked out is if you get a bottle of red wine and half a bottle of Kraken and mix them together and then make her snort that. No. But yeah, anyway, we just worked out. In fact, yeah, it's nothing special, what we did. It was more the fact that we know to get back in a certain mood, and then the photos just go it's like 5 minutes, change clothes. We've already got this picture.
Yeah, I swear to God, I spend more time
the
figuring
pressure's on tomorrow now, so you've really, because I'm going to do the Hasselblad shoot with you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll get 3 bowls of Kraken.
The funny thing is we spend more time figuring out what the hell I'm going to wear that's going to look good than we do shooting, because
you've already worn everything in this studio.
In this house.
The studio house thing.
So we spend more time figuring out that, and then we take 15, 20 frames, and Peter's like, all right, you've nailed it. What's next? And I'm like, oh, okay. I spend more time doing my makeup than we do shooting.
I know.
And with my curves.
I'm just so good at my job, and you're so crap at doing your makeup.
I'm not a makeup artist.
Not a makeup artist. So that was your only question, the pie.
No,
that was your entire contribution.
No, it isn't. I never said that was my only contribution. You're just jumping to conclusions.
All right.
I'm gonna put the question to everyone else actually, because I had written on my list of things about potentially getting guest speakers in, but I don't know how people would feel about that. Or someone did suggest it to us actually in an email, and why could I not think of their name?
They did, but
Paul suggested it, and then I said to him that I actually had that on my list of things we could maybe get, little guest appearances. But
what, Joe Rogan, or
I don't know.
We're going to get a Machine Gun Kelly, a Megan Fox in together, or would you want?
I would literally freeze.
So what about Ollie Sykes? We get him and
could
do.
not be in the same room as Ollie Sykes. Well, I can be.
What's the use of doing it if you're going to sit there and go?
Yeah, but I don't want them. I more meant models.
Models.
Or other people that we. What about we get Sheree and Jared?
Right. So what's going to happen when we're in Bali for our work breakup?
Oh, we'll film a podcast.
We'll do a podcast with my wife and Rebecca's part-time boyfriend.
Don't call me Rebecca.
Rebecca's
Yuck.
part-time boyfriend, in between Ollie Sykes and Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox.
That could be funny though. I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about though.
I'll just leave Shree talking.
Talking to us
Well,
about...
why don't we just interview Shree and Jared?
That'd be funny.
That'd be even funnier.
That would be really fun. Okay.
It could be really, and we make them wear Christmas outfits since it's Christmas time.
But...
Or do we do it in a pool?
I like a swim up bar.
Yeah, we can all be in a
fun.
swim-up bar.
That could be fun.
The microphone's going to get trashed.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's not such a great idea. Anyways, if you guys think that's a good idea, let us know. But also, I did really appreciate Paul took the time to send us an email with suggestions. So if you guys have any questions, I know I keep saying this, but please send us some questions if you have.
We've had a few come through. Just some of the suggestions, we really appreciate them. But some of them are just things that we don't want to talk about. There's things that we've already covered a million times, and they're not really it's not what we're about, and we try and discourage more that topic than. But
no, I do appreciate questions. I think we had actually a few questions.
So that was your only questions?
No,
I
had other stuff. I think.
No, so I got heaps. So I just wanted to see if you could contribute anything, except put yourself in a friggin' man bun, and because she's drinking a thing called the hipster, so she's decided to put her hair in. You haven't grown your little goatee at the front.
Sorry.
You could do a comb over.
I don't have enough testosterone. Well, no, you talk about your things then. I'm happy for you to talk about things.
Oh, I've lost my plot.
You lost that ages ago.
I've had a couple that contacted me. And I've already done a little bit of a talk for a future rant, and I'm also do another rant. But it was someone who was concerned sent through a picture of AI.
We already did this last podcast.
Did we?
Yep.
You sure?
Positive.
All right, I won't do that again. Well, it's still on my list though.
Well, you didn't delete it, but we spoke about this in depth last podcast.
Oh, didn't you do your job?
I meant to delete that because
You meant to delete it?
Yeah.
I know AI. So it's still sitting there.
You definitely spoke about that last podcast.
And stop pixel peeping. I've already spoken about. And
you've spoken about the iconic images. Things.
That's all right. I'll just work my way down. No, I'll just do one thing. So we had a photographer do a spoof on me.
Yeah.
And in all the comments, he changed how he wore his clothes for the spoof. Basically, he copied what I wear, except he didn't put New Balance on. The freaking loser.
Don't call him a loser.
He's a loser. He didn't put New Balance on.
He's not a loser. He's lovely.
So Fashion Week in Paris, they had models wearing New Balance. Thank you very much. Not male models, female models.
So?
New Balance is the in thing.
So why are you having a go at me?
Because you're the one that says that only old people wear. I wear New Balance for a reason.
I've never said that. Abby wears them.
Oh, does she?
Yes.
So since
Abby loves them. You took a photo of Abby for your series in Nothing But Her New Balances.
Oh, did I? Well, that was more than a day ago. Leave me alone. So the reason I wear New Balance, it's the only shoe manufacturer that makes a wide. I can't wear Nikes. I can't really wear. How do the Americans call it? Adidas?
No, it's just Adidas.
No, they call it different, don't they?
No.
We call it Adidas, don't they call it something different?
No, they call it Adidas. You're thinking
Sure.
of Nikon.
Nikon. Like Nikes. So Nickies.
What? No, they just call them Adidas.
No, it's the shoes, Nickies, not Nikes.
Oh no, there's been a debate actually if it's Nike or Nike.
Yeah, I know, I've heard that, but I was making it Nicky, and like a Nikon. It's all right. Monochrome. So anyway, I wear these is because I do have a broad foot, and I can't get into Adidas, and I can't get into Nikon runners.
Foot.
And Pumas are the worst. I bought a pair of Pumas because they were given to me. Well, I didn't buy them. BMW gave me a pair of Puma shoes with a BMW logo on. I had to send them to a shoe stretcher for like a month to get that so my foot could more broad foot. But yeah, anyway, so lots of the comments, and I hadn't even realised, so talked about tucking the T-shirt in. And anybody on YouTube will notice I'm not tucking in today. I'm an outie today, not an innie. I've lost it. Yeah. So I decided, hang on a minute, stop having a go at us old people. So I went back and had a look at all the people I grew up with.
It's your generation.
So the Fonz tucked his pants in.
Yeah,
The Fonz. Quentin Tarantino tucks his t-shirts in. From Pulp Fiction, what's his name?
Samuel L. Jackson.
No, the other one.
Travolta.
John Travolta in Welcome Back, Kotter, I think it was the show was in, tucked his white t-shirt into his jeans.
So what do all of these people have in common?
They're all my age.
Yes.
Right. So why is it a bad? Yeah. So why is it a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It's just.
So if you buy a really good belt buckle like I have, Led Zeppelin, you wear the t-shirt over it. Nobody knows you have a belt buckle.
Well, if I'm wearing my,
you tuck in when you've got your.
When I got my, well, I mean, I mostly wear crop tops or like bodysuits or something.
But you tuck in when you're wearing.
I know no one has a go at me, but everyone has a go at me for me drinking. They don't have a go at you for you drinking. It's just certain things people pick on us for.
But mine just is a camping cup with coloured water and an ice block. And yours is obvious what you're drinking.
Yeah, but it's not ladylike to drink as well.
Since when were you a lady?
I don't care. I'm just saying I think that's why everyone else. I think that's why everyone else cares. But I don't know what people's obsession with you tucking your shirt in is.
So I'm not ever going to tuck it in again.
But what about your belt buckle? You're a sick Led Zeppelin belt buckle.
I'm going to retire it.
No, you're not.
So my pants are going to fall down. I'm not going to have a thing, and my butt crack is going to hang out because I won't be tucking in. And when I bend over, you're going to get nothing but crack.
Delicious.
Can't
wait. And then we'll get banned from YouTube because it'll be sexual content.
Hairy butt cracks. Adult content.
Sexually gratifying.
Oh my God.
It's hilarious.
Hilarious.
But yeah, I don't know.
Hairy ass.
I think it's just because no, I didn't. No.
Hairy ass. Anyway.
Slapper. No, I think it's just because it's a thing.
No, I think it's more an American thing that teenagers. Right. Well, because they don't wear belts, so they can't tuck in. So their pants are sitting down around their knees.
Jared's not, but Jared wears tall tees because he's such a tall person. He wears really long t-shirts.
But does he wear his pants hanging down so the crotch hits his knees?
No.
But there's a whole era of people that wore their crotch. So
yeah, that was 90s.
No, it's late 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, okay.
So you can't.
Everything was low then. Even girls' jeans were the hipsters that I hate because.
Hipsters was back in the 60s.
No, hipsters came back in 2000s.
Did they?
Yeah, early 2000s. Y2K fashion is all about hipsters. Paris Hilton would always.
Well, you weren't wearing hipsters then.
I think I probably was when I was younger and I didn't have a wine belly.
When we first shot. You didn't have wine belly when we first shot.
They went in
and
fashion.
That would have been 90s?
No, it wasn't.
It's 22. How old are you?
I would have been
7. 7.
I was born in 93.
Well, you wouldn't have worn hipsters when you were 7.
I think a lot of my jeans...
You would have had a wine belly when you were 7.
A lot of my... No, I remember a lot of my jeans were hipsters.
Were they?
Yeah. When I was younger. It was an early 2000s thing. But I don't like it now because I've got a little wine belly. I like the high-waisted. It sucks all my wine belly. It's good.
It's good. Well, I got so fed up with... We're talking about hipsters. I got so fed up with not being able to find fashion I want. And even when I do find fashion I want from Candace, thank you, Candace, amazing swimwear. 2 weeks after I put an order in, we haven't shipped it yet because the courier company's been delayed on picking it up for 2 weeks. What courier company can't pick up, unless it's sitting in friggin' Mongolia or they've got it in Afghanistan or something and they're female drivers and they can't pick it up? It's just you companies force us to buy online and then you want us to wait 3 months for it. Whereas I can walk to a shop and buy, except now the shops want you to go around the block and wait for the guy to finish having his lunch because it's his lunch break.
Is he not allowed to have a lunch break?
Have a step in. They don't shut down a bank when someone has a lunch break.
Well, they're going to take 7 to 10 business days to send me a new card.
I know. The world is... What happened to customer service?
I know, right?
Bec and I have a little bit of a bluesy woozy over, if someone sends an email, I want to answer it straight away. And if someone sends an email at 5:01, Bec's not there, and it might be...
have a blue.
No, not a punch-up blue, just a... Oh, sorry, just a normal Monday morning, Bec. No, it was more because I want to learn the back end of my website. So when these people come in with a problem over the weekend, I'm happy to spend the time to quickly fix it, whereas I'm not happy at all to send Bec a message because it's her time off. And it's because I don't want someone to wait all weekend to fix their problem. I want it fixed the second I get the email. I want it fixed within a reasonable amount of time, which I say is a couple of hours from us viewing it.
Which I understand where you're coming from, but it's like what I said back to you is that I personally don't have a problem. If I email a company over the weekend, I'm not expecting a reply until Monday. I know,
but don't want to be that company. I want to be that company that does do a reply.
I know.
I look at all the emails so it just sits there and goes, Peter, you're making this person wait. He needs help.
I'm not.
He's sitting there rocking back and forth. He can't do anything. He can't mow the lawn. He can't have breakfast. He's so upset about...
I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just,
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's happened with the world. We're supposed to be the more technology. Everything should be quicker, faster, everything. And I have this out with transport companies. I worked, one of my many little jobs I did in my lifetime.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of no trades. I worked in a May Nicholas, which is a large transport company, and we did overnight freight, which means it got picked up one day, delivered the next day, guaranteed. So by 9 o'clock in the morning, we knew every parcel that wasn't going to be delivered that day because it meant we had a piece of paper and no parcel, or a parcel without a piece of paper. Our computer people were hand typing every con note into a computer with a DOS system. If a client rang up at 10 o'clock, we could tell them that's on the truck for delivery today. Your driver gets to your area at this time.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have found the package on the loading dock. Someone had put the wrong address on the package compared to the docket. We've now lined it up. It'll be delivered tomorrow. If they jumped up and down, no worries. We'll send out in a courier free of charge today. We did that back in the 80s. If someone rang up and says, I'm desperate for the parcel, where is it? And they really, really need it desperately, we would then get on a two-way radio to the driver. The driver was in and out of his van all day. We'd just keep calling till they heard us on the two-way radio. We'd say, such and such is delivery from this company to this person. What time will it be there?
Yeah.
And the driver, within half an hour, we could always get back to the customer saying, hey, the driver's running a little bit late today, or you weren't there when you went to deliver it. There'll be a ticket in the door or something like that. But we could always, we can't do that today. In this computerized world where everything's barcoded, and even with big companies, the amount of times I've seen it gets to here on one date, 10 days later it hasn't left, but it doesn't know where it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my rant about let's go back to the past.
My Emirates pants got here very quickly. They got here before the date that it said on eBay.
Oh, so have you got them already?
Yeah, I got them like a few weeks ago.
You didn't tell me this.
No, I forgot. I posted on Instagram.
So where are you going to lose them this time?
I'm not losing them this time. They're pretending they're the ones I got from first class. Because I'm never flying that again.
Not now with the prices.
Well, no, maybe I will one day. I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to put it into the world. Maybe one day I will fly first class. Oh my God, imagine if when me and Jared go to Europe, if he gets upgraded. No, he won't. He doesn't even have a freaking flight.
Nobody is going to upgrade you from cattle to first class. There's never going to happen.
Imagine.
The best he'll get would be emergency exit.
What if I get upgraded? No, I would feel so bad.
You didn't feel bad when you got upgraded with me.
Well, because you're in business. Business is fine. It is, it's fine.
Well, you could have moved in my seat and I could have taken it.
No, it was my lucky day. I enjoyed it, okay? I had a shower. It was a weird experience. I've never showered on a plane before. I had caviar. I was doing Instagram stories galore. Everyone who's really rich and paid to be there was probably like, will this bitch shut up? Just sitting there like, oh my God.
You're doing Casey Neistat, were you?
It was so annoying. Oh my God. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun. And I got new pants.
Anyway, I've got better questions than that. So somebody asked me, nobody cares about you replacing your silly lost pants because you refused to get up the day we were flying out and then had an Uber 1 second away.
If no one cares, why are you telling the story?
See, laughing at you, not with you.
It was really nasty.
So I had a message, I know it was. I got a message off somebody asking how many photographs do I take a year?
How many photographs?
Yeah, I don't know why they want to know that, but...
Was it how many photographs and how many shoots you do?
I think he said photos. How many...
Pass me your phone, I'll check.
No, it's on here. It's, on average, how many...
Oh. How many
shots
shoots do you do a year, Peter?
How many shoots?
Yeah, he says shoots.
That's
both commercially and test/collab shoots combined or separate.
Would we average 3 a week?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So 3 a week times 51.
52.
I don't normally shoot Christmas week.
Oh.
Christmas, New Year. I have done the odd shoot in between.
I don't know what that is because I'm really bad at math.
3 times 50.
150.
Well done. Don't ask me how to spell that. Some lovely person sent this beautiful email, not understanding. Number one, if you are going to send me an email, change your text size to the largest. You can use like 2 letters per line, makes it easier for me. But it was just...
It was really, really nice.
It was a really, really nice email, but I'm seriously saying it took me over half an hour to read it because with my dyslexia, I get to a point and then all of a sudden all the letters move and then I lost my spot, then I've lost what he was trying to say.
And then you got to go find it again. And
so if you haven't seen an amazing movie called A River Runs Through It, and Bec will put a thing up, it's an old movie with Brad Pitt and 2 other amazing actors. It's a really, really slow-moving movie about a preacher and his 2 sons, and it's about fly fishing, but it's all pre-World War I, I think, up in Montana on the Snake and Bow River. It's just, the story is lovely. The story is just a really, really cool story and discipline the father has. And any female out there, you'll love Brad Pitt. He looks hot as hell in this movie.
Oh, he was trending on Twitter before.
He was at friggin' the Grand Prix in Max Verstappen's garage.
He was trending for being an abuser, though.
Oh, was he?
Hashtag Brad Pitt is an abuser.
Well, see, I reckon who we bumped into, Franklin's, is right, because she was in Austin, Brad was in Austin.
Oh, he was visiting his daughter?
He was visiting his daughter, and then he went to the Grand Prix afterwards.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, I wonder if he saw Tarantino there with the cut-off leg in the car. Anyway, I've lost me flow now.
No, I haven't. You were talking about having dyslexia and the lovely email that was, and then The River Runs Through It.
The River Runs Through It.
There we
go.
So
in The River Runs Through It, because the father, who's a preacher, is also an English teacher, and one of the kids walks in with like 3 pages and hands it to his dad. His dad gets there with a pen and cross, circle, and said, make it 1 page. So he comes back, the dad then goes cross over the whole thing and said, make it 2 paragraphs. Comes back and says, make it 1 paragraph. And I think the art of writing well is to be able to put 3 pages into 1 paragraph and still have it tell the whole story.
And also it's because it makes it easier for you.
Then I can read it easier. And if you've ever, I don't know if John and Betty is an Australian thing. You don't even know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I actually have a copy in my house. John and Betty is a very, very famous kids' book. It's a little paperback book, and there was a series of John and Betty. And the way that's written is John can jump.
Oh, it's Peter language.
It's Peter language. So if you want me to read it, you got to write it in Peter language. If you want Bec to read it and then translate it to whatever she feels the story is going to be, write it in Garcia language.
Stop that. But no, it was very nice. But yeah, Peter does struggle with reading a lot.
Yeah, I know. I can't help it.
I struggle with math a lot, and Peter still has me doing accounting.
No, you don't. We sacked you from that. You got sacked. Didn't you read the thing I said Friday?
Well, we have a meeting tomorrow.
No, I have a meeting tomorrow. You've already been sacked regardless.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh.
Just the continual whinging, I can't take it anymore. I'll just not sleep a couple more hours a week and do it myself. And you can get on your TikTok and watch your tipping point. Oh, you're missing out on tipping point today.
I know I'm missing out on tipping point.
Why would you organise to do this at your tipping point time?
I didn't. You're the one who said 3 o'clock and I didn't want to argue with you.
Yeah, because at least I can get you to work for an hour now.
I love that this is considered work, sitting here talking shit, drinking wine. I do love
Well,
my
this
job.
is more work than you normally do.
No, it's...
Sure. So I've answered how many shoots a year thing, so I can delete that so I don't mess up again. The one
Stop
thing.
looking at things as a photographer. I think you spoke about that last time.
No,
as well.
I know that. That's why I skipped it. I was going to go into one
Spoilers.
that happened today where someone has put, and I don't like talking about comments, but it's quite funny because it's something I say. If
Yeah.
you want to be a really, really good photographer, you've got to be the person that takes the picture. So you're stuck on a plane. They've told you you've got to turn your phones off. Back in the days when you weren't allowed to have your phones on, and they've said, you're going to be sitting on the tarmac for 2 hours because there's a queue, and you're just bored, and you grab the magazine out of the thing, and it's just this boring aeroplane magazine, and you start flicking, and then all of a sudden you stop on a page. And it doesn't matter if you stop because you absolutely love it,
Or you hate it.
or you hate it. The fact that that photographer or that art director or whoever was in charge of that made you stop one, because you're mindlessly flicking at nice marshmallow vanilla pictures.
But they've done something that's made you stop.
They've done something to freeze you, which is the whole idea. You now are looking at their image. Whereas before you weren't looking at anybody else's image.
But you even say this to me if an ad comes on TV and I'm like, oh, I hate this ad. You're like, well, they won because you're talking about it. You're talking about the ad. You're going to know what, even though you hate it, you know what company it's for and you're talking about it. So they've won.
So my comment to the person who has said, in my feed, scroll, stop, here, what the F, shakes head, move along, nothing to see here. So I answered, I won't win. I stole 10 seconds of your life. I have done better than any other picture you've scrolled past.
Yeah.
And that 10 seconds is not just the fact that you stopped. You then had to type something.
Yeah, so...
I have really won. As a photographer, I've done my job.
But then he came back and said...
I don't know what he said because it really doesn't worry me.
I was more saying that he didn't get that. You were like, no, like I'm not taking your comment as a bad thing. I'm saying
the fact that I made you stop on my image
is a good thing.
Is a really good thing, and every photographer should be
chasing
It's
that.
like I was saying, the best thing is to have someone say, I absolutely hate your photography, because on the upside down world, someone there loves your photography. And hate means I'll never buy it, loves mean I'll definitely buy it.
Yeah.
Whereas marshmallow, nice, woke, friggin' vanilla, all those other things means nobody will buy it. They won't even talk to it about other people. They'll just, oh, that's nice. Flick. Oh, that's nice. Flick. It gets you nowhere. And you don't want to be a shock jock. You don't want to be a clickbaiter. It still needs to be your style. But yeah, I know how many images I look, and with my curating of Twitter, I tend to be not flicking anywhere as near as much because I've curated what comes up in my feed to a point where I would say 1 out of every 5 posts I just did a love heart on, because I think that artists deserved it, because I stopped them. Anything I stop and look at will get a love heart because you stopped me, which means you've done your job as an artist or a creator or as a visual.
The TikTok algorithm's really good for that as well, because like, I don't know, I feel like when I Facebook, I'm forever scrolling, whereas my TikTok algorithm is really good. I'll tend to watch for a bit and then I'll be like, oh, this is actually funny, because the amount of times you put a love heart, it learns what you like, so it shows me fun. So if I'm a bit bored sitting at home, like I don't know if I'm just sitting around bored, I'm like, I want to laugh. Like maybe it's a Sunday, I'm hungover, I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself, and I'm like, I want a good laugh. I go to TikTok because I know I'm going to get something genuinely funny because of the way the algorithm knows my sense of humour. So.
No, you're great. For a little bit, I got caught up with reels on Insta.
But that's like 2-week-old TikToks.
But all happened, it was the same freaking thing.
That's a
It was
different
just repeating time and time again.
It's a different app. TikTok.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, at first I liked it because there was things that coming up that I actually really liked, and then I just realised it's the same every day. It was the exact same posts.
Did you refresh?
Because they didn't have,
there's not enough content.
not enough content.
Yeah.
And I find like I don't like the stories and that, so it's not what I do. I do like little things that make me feel good. So I've got my puppy channels and things like that I'll look at. So I've got a couple of little places I can go if I need to feel good. I'll go there, and I only have to see 4 or 5 posts, and I feel good. They're all puppies, and I feel fluffy, and then I go back to work. But yeah, I don't know. It's.
If you can make someone stop, that's it. That's all. That's what you should be trying to create, and that's what you should be trying to do is create that stopping image.
Although, what I was going to say is what you said with TikTok. Yeah, YouTube's really good at that because I've been actually studying.
YouTube is really good.
Yeah, what have I been looking up lately? Microdosing for the people with depression and things like that, as well as the IT people. 3/4 have suggested to me is marijuana now. Sorry, I'm not looking up dope. That's actually the worst thing for me. When I was young, I smoked a bit of dope and I was so paranoid. When a police drove past a month later, I'm going to get arrested. Yeah. So yeah, it was the opposite of.
I find that with YouTube because a lot of time on the weekend, me and Jared just have YouTube playing while we're at home, whether we're playing a drinking game or we're just doing housework or something.
It'd only be drinking games. A drinking game around housework. Whoever loses has to vacuum that bit.
Getting cut off again. Keep moving away from me. It also looks a bit dark. That's okay. That's fine.
Well, that's because you adjusted that thing in your image. It's all right. Well, it's a podcast. It's not a video.
Anyway. Yeah. So, but I've noticed because it knows what we like from when we play drinking games, but then we'll be doing housework and we'll put a song on and it's really good at knowing this song. And sometimes a song will come on just randomly and I'll look at Jared and I'm like, oh, good choice. I haven't heard this in ages. And he's like, I didn't pick it. Put it on YouTube,
I found with YouTube what's really good after you've been listening for a bit, if you just pick any one that you like, that's one song, play it, and all of a sudden it'll start playing songs. And I did it the other day, and I started off with Led Zeppelin, and I ended up, as Led Zeppelin, went through Pink Floyd, Sabbath, and all of that. Next minute, Deadmau5 is into the mix. Then went back to Zeppelin, went to Heart, went to Deep Purple, Status Quo, then back to Skrillex, all these, and but the mix was friggin' awesome. Not once the song came in and thought, oh, that was left of center. It was like, how did you choose this? But it fit perfect to when.
It's really smart. I enjoy that as well. I do that on the weekends. I'm like, oh, what's YouTube going to play me? Although I think it's been studying me. I think I've been playing my drinking game a bit too much. It definitely knows.
It definitely knows.
It knows. It always puts on the acoustic version of Drown by Bring Me. And I'm like, I love this song.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I forgot I was going to bring something up. Now I've forgotten what I was going to bring up. That's all right. It's me. It's not you.
So
you can go on.
Oh no, mine's not relevant. No one will care. I'll show you about it when we finish the podcast.
Oh, yours is not relevant.
Oh, it's not. No one's going to care. I was just going to say there was a festival in Vegas and it got cancelled. But I'll talk to you about it after.
Oh, it got cancelled.
Yeah, due to wind.
Oh, due to wind. So it's what, the wind farms couldn't work, or the wind farms were overworked?
No, the wind was going to be too strong.
Stirring. Oh. Did someone eat chili that day? Did they serve bad chili and everyone had wind? Is that what you're saying? No, oh my God, now I'm blank. There was a perfect segue and I segued out of it.
Where did we see? We actually saw someone on a Segway somewhere in an airport.
Yeah, that was... Where was that? The worst trip we've had. What was the worst air flight we've had?
From New York.
Yeah, from where in New York?
New Jersey.
No, what's the name of the airport?
Newark.
Newark.
Yeah,
Newark.
It's in New Jersey.
It sounds like Ozark.
That's in New Jersey,
actually. Yeah, there was someone in there. On
a Segway.
Segway, yeah.
I want to ride a Segway. I'd probably fall over. Very unco. I fall over standing up sometimes. I do.
I fall over just standing up.
I do. I'll be standing there and all of a sudden I'm like, shit.
Yeah, I just drop things in the toilet just standing up too.
Oh my God, you're never going to let me live that one down.
No, I'm not. Especially when your partner went and did the same thing 2 weeks later.
What?
Dropped something in the toilet.
Oh God, yes, idiot.
like boyfriend, like girlfriend.
I know.
You know, you should be engaged by now.
Two peas in a pond.
In a pond.
Toilet water.
In toilet water. In America going one way, in Australia going the other way. And again, you end up meeting sometime. Just don't suck on that vape after it's been in the toilet.
Oh, no, I didn't.
You didn't. You were so tempted to.
I was thinking about it.
You were thinking about it.
I did not.
Cool. So I've done last week's subjects. Yours up next. So I did have an awesome subject. That's something that's happened this week, and I've completely.
What happened?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Ooh.
Oh yes, I can.
There you go.
I got back on. So, what's my new pizzas like?
Tasty.
Tasties.
Yeah.
So I've been working on a new pizza, and I'll get back to put a link in the description. You need to remember this pizza. So I've got my own sauce. I can actually let's put a link to the sauce that I've bastardized a little bit from what it is, but actually pretty much use his sauce. But I've actually added a little bit more chili than he does.
Actually, I need to send this to.
And I add more anchovies than he does. And it doesn't add the
Doesn't make it
anchovies
taste
doesn't
like
taste like fish. It adds this salty taste, which isn't salty, which is really nice. And the pizza dough is so hard to make when you first make. It's a sticky mess. But when you practice, just watch his video as you're making it, and you'll see how quick he handles it, and that's why he doesn't stick. But anyway, it takes, he's got two recipes. One that you can just do, it's got one you can do on the spot, one that takes, you do one part one day and the next part the next day, then the one I'm doing is 3 days. But it just, when you put the pizza into a proper pizza oven, cooks in literally 1 minute.
I need to send the recipes to one of Jared's workmates because I see this place we went to for the pizza party the other week. She moved into this amazing place and it came with a proper wood-fired pizza oven in the backyard. How cool is that?
Well, I've ordered my new pizza oven, so 7 o'clock they had it in stock again. First in, first served. I was on there and I got, yeah. What someone else has, people have been complaining about, we're not doing live casts. Live.
Oh yes, not
anymore.
doing live streams anymore.
So what I've decided, we will do a podcast.
A podcast or a live stream?
A podcast.
Oh, okay.
It won't be live, but it'll be like a live stream, but we're going to be cooking while I'm doing, and I'm going to do the pizzas.
Okay.
So I'm just going to make the, what's it called? The polish first, so people can see how I make the polish. Then I'm going to get, you'll see.
What the hell is the
It's called polish. Shh, don't tell anyone. Make the polish first, and I'll put that in the fridge and pull the polish out that I've got in the fridge. Then make
here's
the
what
next.
I prepared earlier.
And then make the next step. Put that in the fridge and pull out the one before that, and then should I make a sauce at the same time? That's going to be a long time.
Yeah, we've only got 55 minutes.
Oh, let's just cook and eat a pizza.
All right.
So I can move that pizza oven inside without burning the house down, I think. We might get carbon monoxide poisoning, but
I don't want that.
is it dioxide or monoxide?
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't. We can play with that.
Okay. That sounds tasty.
That sounds tasty. And then people can see how professional I've got with pizzas. Do you see how quick I made the other day? Stretch, finish?
I know.
Compared to the first ones I was making?
That's kind of all I eat is pizza. We had, so last week.
Well, in fact, I've eaten more than you because I've eaten pizza on Sunday night and I had to beat it with Shree one night.
But last week I had just shitty oven pizza at the studio. Then the next day we had pizza at yours for lunch, and then I went to my mate's place for dinner and we got pizza orders and pizza 3 meals in a row.
You already pre-warned her if she dished up lamb, you were going home.
Oh yeah, no, because I don't eat lamb.
Oh, what about the ribs she was going to make?
Oh, I just don't know. I'm scared they would have been fatty, but she didn't make them. I'm a really fussy eater. I can't remember if I've covered this before. You keep moving away from me. Do I smell?
No, I think it's downhill overall.
Oh, you finished anyways.
So where were we finishing on?
I don't know. I was just talking about me being fussy. Just talking shit.
Oh, you're fussy food eating.
Nothing about photography because I don't.
Did we actually talk about photography yesterday?
Yeah, we spoke about little bits and bobs.
Bob's. Who's Bob?
You think he came to a workshop one time?
No, he's a builder.
Oh. Hilarious.
Hairy ass. You
Oh
keep
my
bringing up hairy ass all the
God.
time. I don't know what's it with you. And is that why you don't want me to tuck your thingy? You want my hairy ass? Our hairy
my
ass.
God.
Anyway,
We're going to go.
we're going to go.
We'll see you next week. Have
Yes,
a good
and
one.
but yeah, by next week I would have shot with the new Hasselblads.
Yes.
And I would have shot Bec again, so I can tell you how bad that goes. And we've got a long weekend for horse race. The whole of Australia shuts down for a horse race.
No, not all of Australia, just Victoria, just where we live.
There are other states. Go up to Cairns. Everyone stops working during that horse
Really?
race. Yeah, they go crazy up there.
Well, we get a whole day off, and then because
For a horse race.
For a horse race that I don't watch, but I think it's actually really cool. But that's
Oh,
another.
you've taken the Monday off too, haven't you?
Yeah, I took it because it's on a Tuesday, and so you're expected to go to work on the Monday, then have Tuesday off. So I
But
took
you don't
Monday.
normally work Mondays anyway, so
Yes,
it's
I
like you
do.
didn't use up on your annual leaves anyway.
I'm taking Monday off.
Taking
I'm giving
Mondays.
myself a 4-day weekend,
It's all right.
and I'm shooting on Tuesday with someone else aside from you.
Thank God for that. I'm rebuilding the psych on the weekend.
Oh yes, because we've got a workshop.
Yes, I'm doing lots of maintenance.
I'm going to a Halloween party. Woo.
Oh, that's right, Halloween's this weekend
Yeah,
too,
I'm
isn't
going
it?
to go as I killed the prom queen.
It's not going to work. Nobody's going to know.
Yeah, once.
You're going to work up and someone's going to go, who are you?
And I'll say I killed the prom queen with
And
Jared because
they're going to say,
I'll be the prom queen and he'll be the killer.
So
and then
Jared agreed on this?
Yeah,
He did?
yeah.
Oh, because he doesn't have to shave his beard off or
Yeah.
anything.
He's not looking forward to wearing eyeliner though. I told him he's got to wear makeup again. He always hates that. I always have to put makeup on him on Halloween. He hates it.
Put Lippy on him too. Anyway,
Maybe we could be Frankenfurter and Magenta.
I can really see him doing that.
Oh my god! Imagine if no, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't do it.
He would never. Anyway,
Anyway, see you next week.
like.